How's it going, folks? Welcome back to another Ranger Talk video. I got a real special one here for y'all today. I'm going to be chatting with the awesome, the mighty, the incomparable Mike Stark of Feanor. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Nice to be here. Nice to have a chat with you. Watched a lot of your videos, and I'm a Ranger fan, So yeah, awesome to be here. And I would like to raise a cup in the honor of the Power Metal Ranger. Cheers.
Oh, cheers, Invisible Cup. Thank you, man.
Oh, what's it? Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I gotta say, Mike Stark, any relation to Tony Stark?
Perhaps, or not really. I mean, Stark is an old Swedish last name for soldiers in, like, I think it was like in the 17 and 1800s when commoners weren't really allowed to take last names, but when you became a soldier, you were given a small cottage by the government, and you were given the right to take a last name. So Stark means strong, and the soldiers, they basically took names like that, like strong, fast, kind, and these kind of stuff. So yeah, that's my origins.
That's really cool, man. That's fascinating. That history with your name. Yeah. So this was your first involvement with Feanor, right? What was that like joining the band, that a band that has such a storied history, and coming in now to jump in on this album? How did that kind of come to be?
Yeah, I mean, it's the fifth album of the band, and they've been around since the early 2000s. I mean, the first couple of records, they had the singer was actually singing in Spanish. So, but yeah, I came to join the band because they used to have a guitar player named David Shankle, who I'm sure you know, who's used to be in Manowar. I knew him from, I knew him for many years, and we worked together on a couple of projects during those years. None of them came to see the light of day, but when they were going to start looking for a new singer, David called me and said, "Mike, do you want to join?" And I said, "Hell yeah." And I joined the band, and basically just shortly after I joined the band, David left the band.
That's funny. It was almost like
So that's how it came to be. But I mean, I really hit it off with Thilo Herman, the other guitar player, and Gus, who is the founder of the band and the band leader. I mean, he's a true brother. Both of them are true brothers. And then we have the awesome Evie Martell on guitars, and Emiliano on drums, also true brothers of metal. And then we have Diana on the violins, who's the true sister of steel. So I mean, we're an international band, but we are a real band. We are looking and hoping to play live to get this album out in the world on stages. So that's our aim. That's our goal. We'll see what happens. If the stars align, maybe. I really hope so. So yeah, that's the short story of how I came to be in Feanor. So yeah.
Awesome. And I guess I should have mentioned before, you're the vocalist. People are saying, the vocalist. The vocalist. And
I'm the singer, grunter, screamer, whatever.
Anything, vocally, whatever you need, you're the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And a quick side note, because I saw your shirt, Stormburner, which you're also the singer of as well, right? So you keep yourself busy.
Yeah. I sing in Stormburner. Stormburner is a band that I founded with Tommy Korkiamäki in 2016, and we released Shadow Rising in 2019. After that, we've been quite lazy. We basically have album number 2 finished recording except the vocals. So I'm working on it, tracking the vocals, in post-production. But we really want everything to be perfect before we release it. So, but we are working on it. There will be a new Stormbringer album probably in 26. So yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, because I was gonna say, I think was it like 2 years ago? I think I did a reaction to Burn the Storm.
Yeah, yeah,
And I haven't seen
yeah.
anything like since that. It's like, where'd they go? They burned the storm and that's gone.
Yeah. I mean, the plan was to release Burn the Storm as a single to the new album. But so basically we had a couple of songs finished from the new album, which was Dark Rider and Burn the Storm, and so yeah, let's release it. And then our label went bankrupt and stuff. So it's we're out of business. They still exist as a record store, but they don't have bands on the roster anymore.
Gotcha.
Records.
Okay.
So which is very, very sad. They were an awesome label. The best people, in the business was running that label, and yeah, so it's a big shame. But of course that didn't help. But yeah, we've been around playing some international festival shows, things like this, and it's great to see, how many people that actually know us around in Europe, and headbang and know every word of every song. So
awesome.
last time in Warsaw, there was just this sing along. It's kind of humbling.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. One thing I guess back to Feanor now, right? So one thing that I found fascinating with your vocals on the album, and this is something I wanted to ask you, do you have like a background like in theater or anything? Because like your approach to vocals is it's theatrical. There's so much movement, there's so much character, the way you deliver the lines, you're all over the place vocally, highs, lows, everything.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I think it might have to do that, I'm not a trained vocalist, professionally trained vocalist. I'm self-taught, and I've been in the metal business for a long time, but I started out as a drummer. So I was a drummer until, I didn't start singing until I was like 35. That's
last year.
That was
right?
another. Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, I was going to start a project with a friend, and we couldn't find a singer, and I was actually going to be the drummer. So he said, "Mike, can't you sing?" And I said, "I'll try it," because then we just need to get a drummer. That's much easier. So that's how I started singing.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. I never would have guessed. Like you sound like a seasoned, like confident. And that's why I thought maybe you had like a theatrical background just because your approach, but it's more just you. It's just you.
Yeah, I think for many years I was always looking to be singing over my ability to try to always get better. And the first albums from past bands, the vocals were not maybe so good, but I did it, and I just kept doing it, and then all of a sudden, like the coin fell into the vending machine, and things started getting really easy, and more confident, hitting the notes straight on, not having to. I mean, in the past, doing studio work, it was so frustrating at doing takes and takes, trying to get it, perfect in key. Today, it's I just nail it. It's really easy. So
awesome, man. Oh, that's so cool. No, I mean it's just killer. Like your range, and again, one thing that always stands out, because I always feel like when you listen to a vocalist, a lot of people can just hit the key and just whatever. It's like, oh, they sound great, whatever. But to me, it always stands out when a vocalist just really has the ability to play around with how they deliver different lines. Like it's just very dynamic, and it's not just straightforward. And I think that's something that's really impressive about your voice is you bring something extra to the table with that, so.
Namaste.
No, yeah, I mean, truly, really brings that
my cold metal heart of steel actually went up like maybe half a degree now,
half a degree. Okay.
Giving this, you giving me this praise.
One of the icicles.
It really warms my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
man. No,
No,
truly
but
though.
much appreciated.
And so how do you like when you sit down and you have like the track, what's your process like for determining how you're going to sing it? So you know, you have the notes, of course, you have the music.
Hmm.
What's your approach to deciding, oh, I'm gonna really scream here, or I'm gonna do this, or you know?
Hmm. Hmm. Well, usually I get like a demo track, maybe from Gus or from Philo, like with just some guitars, some drum machine, and some guitars. Just so I get like the structure and the keys of the song where it's gonna be at, and then I will listen to the track over and over and start you know I usually start trying to get the melody, melody and the correct amount of syllables, like so I get that melody, and when I get a melody that is good in the scale and things like this, I start putting words into the syllables.
Yeah.
And then I do like a test recording, first, like draft, and then I share it with the others in the band, with Gus, Thilo, Evie, Diana, and Emiliano. And then I get their input, and usually what happens next for Feanor is that me and Thilo will do like a session where we go through the song, and he uses his expertise as a very, very seasoned professional. He's been, he was in Running Wild and Gravedigger and stuff. So I mean, he really knows what he's doing. So I
Yeah.
learned so much from him, and I became a much better singer after starting to work with these people.
Wow.
I have evolved a little bit, and I have taken a lot of this process that I've been doing in Feanor into my other bands as well, which is helping. Um, so basically, Thilo sometimes, he will come with improvements here and there. Okay, this will follow the scale better. This will make it a little bit more surprising here, and here we need to increase and increase and increase to the crescendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, these kind of things that I never thought so much about before. But it's I like it. It's a lot of fun,
Yeah.
creating music, creating story. I always try to music good music will create strong emotions with the listener. That's my aim. Do I always succeed? Probably not, but I try to do the storytelling in the music so that some strong emotions will come up in the mind, and images in the mind of the listener. That's
Yeah.
what that's my always my aim, always with the lyrics, and how I deliver it, what kind of voices I use. Will I sing it very soft or clean, soft and clean, or a
Yeah.
little bit harsh, or going in between, these kind of
Yeah.
things. I think it's a lot of fun, and yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah, it shows like just in the voice, that you're having fun. And that's another just great quality. It's fascinating. You said I did not know that anyone in the band was in Running Wild. So that
Mhm.
kind of makes more sense to the song HMJ, which seems like a real tribute to the band Running Wild.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Thilo was in Running Wild for many, many years. All the
Wow.
best albums. He was, in the, I think it was like from Black Hand in Masquerade, and all of those albums after that. Thilo was the guitar player.
Wow.
And then after he left Running Wild, he joined Gravedigger, and he did the Ballad of the Hangman album with them, and he wrote a lot of those tracks. And yeah, and. Of course, Evie Martell, who is the other guitar player in Feanor, he used to, he also played in Manowar. So
That's,
and also the previous guitar player, David Shankle, he was also in
yeah,
Manowar, of course,
that's
with
funny.
Giant Pup Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of humbling getting to know all these people, working with them, seeing how professional they are, and learning a lot
Mhm.
and improving
That's
as
awesome.
a vocalist and a storyteller.
Yeah. So it seems like the songwriting process with this band is kind of like collaborative, right? Like, because you do the vocal melodies and the lyrics, and then so everyone just really collaborates. It's not like, oh,
Yeah,
one person
yeah.
writes the whole song and they're like, here,
No,
do this.
no, we. I mean, uh, usually one person writes the structure of the song, and then
Right, right.
we will all contribute in our own way. I usually do a lot of the vocal melodies together with Thilo, and also sometimes with Gus. So it's a nice process. It works, and we're having fun doing it. It's way more time consuming doing uh, these international bands when we're in
Yeah.
different time zones, and so everything takes more time, but we have all gotten better on the technology side of things to make it work. Me and Thilo are using a program called Muse, which
Hmm.
it's basically like Zoom, but it's created for musicians. So
Oh,
you actually add a plugin in the DAW I use Logic
yeah.
when I record, and uh, Thilo can be sitting in Germany listening to live when I'm recording, and he gets the output directly from my sound card to Germany. So, and he
Wow.
listens in real time, and so and he can actually also control my computer, so he can press the start and stop button, things like this. So it's like I would really recommend musicians to get this application called
Wow.
Muse.
Yeah, it's almost like you're all just sitting in the studio together.
Yeah, yeah. It's like because I have been down to Thilo, and some of the songs were recorded in Germany in his studio because he has a really big studio in his basement, with a uh, big control room, a big glass, and
Wow.
another recording room. So some of the tracks like Remember the Fallen and HMJ, they were recorded there in Germany. But this kind of using the Muse app kind of makes it almost like I'm in the other room. But
Yeah.
we're looking at each other like this.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Wow. Technology, right? Unbelievable. So cool. I was curious too, like when y'all got ready to start working on this new album, what was like the initial goal, or what was there like an initial goal or mission for this album? Because one thing that I think is cool about this album is it's quite varied. Like there's a lot of tracks and there's a lot of nice diversity, but it all sounds like it belongs, but it's also
Yeah,
different. Like, so how did
yeah.
that process go? Was there a singular goal at the start, or was it just, yeah, I mean,
I I mean, Gus had a goal that he shared with everyone, and we all shared that this common goal. Um, and I mean, there's a lot of songs, there's a lot of minutes into this album, and we
mm,
also, got some reviews. They say, "Oh, the album is too long," blah blah blah. But on the other hand, if we look at some of the reviewers, some reviews they like these kind of songs and they don't like the others, and some reviewers like these songs and not these ones. So
yeah,
this long album has basically everything from heavy rock, heavy metal to really fast crunchy 90s power metal style,
yeah,
European
yeah,
style, and some also some South American flair in some of the songs like Bad Decisions, and if you listen to the guitar melodies, it's really really cool and interesting. I think, I'm biased, of course, but I'm really proud of the album. I really like it, and I think we really busted our asses off getting this, and it was a long process. It was a long process.
I bet. Yeah, I mean, there's something for everyone. And I mean, it's funny, sometimes albums do, I feel like, wear out their welcome if they're like really long. But
Mhm.
this album, it's not like, I feel like that tends to happen if it becomes redundant. It's like very
Mhm.
samey, you know what I mean? But here
Yeah,
it's just varied. So it's like, hey, the longer time is more value for the listeners when they buy the album and stuff, instead of getting like a 30-minute album. They're getting like
yeah,
an hour and 7 minutes, something like that, worth of material. So
yeah.
so yeah, that's really cool.
I
You know,
agree.
yeah, right, right. Were there any songs that you guys just like was there ever the thought of like, oh, we should like cut some tracks, or we should kind of, you know, try to streamline this a little bit more, you know, like reduce the time, or did that conversation ever happen,
Yeah,
or was it just like,
this conversation happened, and that was basically me having this conversation with Gus. I was like, we should aim for 40-45 minutes, because and that's only because if you go longer and you want to produce a vinyl, it will have to be a double.
oh,
It needs to be a double vinyl, so that's why there is no vinyl now. It might come, but it will be. It's very costly to create a double vinyl. It's twice the cost.
absolutely.
So, but with that being said, I think that Gus was right in his vision, and I mean, he is the band leader, and I think he made the right call there. So I actually switched sides, and I'm happy that we did the 67 minutes. Because
Cool.
if we didn't, we wouldn't have, it wouldn't have been as dynamic, and it would have been more similar to maybe other bands. And this, differentiates us, I think in a good way.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. There was something I was going to say, but then I just really kind of lost my train of thought. Like, don't get old, dude. Don't get old, man. The mind just fades.
I am old.
Oh man, no, it's like on the tip of my tongue too, and I just really wanted to yeah, I wanted to talk about lyrically. What was your approach lyrically? Did you just kind of look at each song separately, or did you want to tell a tale? Like, what was your thought process as far as the lyrics go?
Yeah, I mean, I told you a little bit on what my aim is. My goal is when I do songs vocally and lyric wise. I mean, I want to create these vivid images telling a tale. And usually, like some of the songs that Thilo wrote, like the title track "Hellhammer."
I love that song. Yeah.
Basically, I was talking to Thilo, and I was like, what would what would the name of this song be, in your mind? And he just answered instantly, "Hellhammer." I was like, all right. And then I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna create this story of this dude who is walking in the forest, and basically getting lost, and then he stumbles into a clearing where there's a circle of witches, conjuring Satan. So and they catch him in a spell, and so I get that idea, and then I just need to bring the words in. So yeah, that's kind of how it. It's also with Sirens of Death. That was also David was still in the band. David Schenkel. We did Sirens of Death. So and he actually helped produce the vocals on this track. And he's great at doing that. I love working with the guy, and it was the same. David was like, "This song should be named Sirens of Death," and I was like, "All right,
I can work with that."
Yeah, I'll make it into a tale. I'll make it into a tale of these sailors sailing the sea and looking for treasure, but they get caught in the sirens trap. So yeah.
Yeah, one thing I love about that song too that really works with the Sirens of Death theme and the lyrics is when it gets so trippy, like with the violin there. It's almost like they're kind. I mean, I love that moment. It's so different, and it's just wow. I wasn't expecting something like that, and it's just really cool. And that brings me to ask too. I love the addition of like the violin, kind of like throughout. That also adds like a nice kind of distinctive thing to the sound.
Another dimension.
Yeah. How did that come about? Bringing her in to do violin.
She was already in the band when I joined.
Okay.
Diana.
So she's just been part of it for a while. It's been incorporated in the band.
Yeah, for sure. And it was great when she accepted to become like a full member of the band as well, and not just doing some violins on a track or two. So this was great. But I mean, I think it really works, and she is a great musician. She really understands music, and she's professionally trained, in musical theory. Really, really
Yeah.
great.
Jeez.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So really, really great addition to the band.
Awesome. Yeah, no, truly. One thing I was going to ask too is, wasn't like the foundation of the band kind of very like Lord of the Rings focused?
Mhm. I mean, Feanor
It,
is just the band name. Feanor is from the Silmarillion, So it's
yeah,
a from Silmarillion. So I think um, a lot of the albums, if not all, have had Tolkien themed lyrics songs. So yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
So like not
the
the whole albums, it's just like kind of songs.
no,
Like on here, the ballad of, I forget those names because I'm
Ballad
not
of
very.
Beren and Luthien. Yeah, that's from the
Yeah,
Silmarillion.
yeah.
And then we also have another song called Maglor the Singer. Maglor is, I think he's the son of Feanor.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's basically a bard in the Silmarillion books, if I recall correctly. So yeah, there's two Tolkien themed tracks on this new album, Hellhammer.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it lends itself well to power metal. I mean, you can't argue that. So,
No, 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 no,
yeah,
fantasy themed lyrics, songs about warriors, songs about courage. That's what we all love and like.
yeah, yeah.
No, empowering music.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it just really, really cool album. But I think, how has the reception been? I know this was like a lot of work for you guys. What was it like when you were able to finally release it and just
Mhm.
wait and see what people thought? Like, was there just a big relief, or were you nervous, or?
No, not really nervous, but it was you know it's always very cool, after you put in so much effort to finally get it out there. Listen to what the magazines say, but
Mm,
most importantly, listen to what the fans say. What do the fans like think about it? Getting all these messages, and hearing from people like how they really love the music and adding to the joy in their life by giving them music.
yeah,
So that's like the most rewarding thing, I would say.
cool,
Being a
man.
musician. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, just getting to share it and just, yeah, get the feedback. Um,
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, the reviews has been great. If you look at from magazines and things like
yeah,
this, the um, really really high scores in general, and yeah. So I would say that it's been a success so far. Yeah, and streams has been really really good on all the platforms. We don't have any feedback on physical sales yet, but looking at like the streams and things like this, the
yeah,
physical, it should go hand in hand. But the business is how it is today. The physical side of things, it's not what it was
no,
back in the early 2000s or in
no,
the 90s where you could release an album and oh nice, we sold 50,000 copies, and that doesn't happen anymore if you're not like Iron Maiden or Judas Priest or Sabaton.
right. Yeah, no, it's just totally different now, with
Yeah,
streaming and
yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I remember back like in the early 2000s, I'd go to like the CD shop and I would literally just walk around. I'd look at album covers and stuff and be like, oh, this seems cool. And you buy
Yeah.
the CD or whatever. But now it's like you just can find anything online or
Mhm.
on streaming. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I imagine that just, takes away from some of the physical sales. But
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I did. Back in the even in the like early 90s. I was buying, trying to find new music, and
yeah,
basically sometimes you would be, if you didn't like, okay, this might be good. The cover is okay. Then you could ask, could I listen to this? But if it was a really good cover, I was like, all right, I'll get that one. You just
yeah,
buy it. and you know, that's how I found a lot of, you know,
Yeah.
great bands, you know.
Same. I mean, I kind of miss that, to be honest. The exploration and the joy of that, just looking at covers and just seeing it,
Yeah.
yeah, instead of just clicking now and it doesn't feel the same. I mean, it was always a gamble though. Sometimes I would get an album and be like, this looks sick. And I listen to it, I'm like,
What the
this
hell?
is yeah,
I
this
mean,
is not good.
that's bound to happen, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
when you buy the wares without checking them out first, you
Yes,
know.
yeah, yeah. But the joy though of when you pop one in and it's a banger, it's like, oh man, like you find a gem. It's just so yeah. But anywho, that very long time ago.
It's
um,
like how I discovered Manowar. Like that was in the no, not mid 90s, early 90s, like 90. When might it have been? Like 92 or 93, and I was watching Headbangers Ball with a friend, and
mm,
they put on the song Metal Warriors. And it was like a
mm,
live concert.
yeah.
I was like, what the hell? It's like Conan on stage. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't. How can this be? How can I never have heard this? This is like the best thing I ever heard, you know? So immediately the day after, you know, when the store opened, I just went and bought all their CDs. And you
Wow.
know, yeah, that was a big moment for me, you know, discovering Manowar, and now you know being able to collaborate with David. You know, we actually have another band called Kings of the New Kingdom with me and David Shankel, and I mean. Also working with him when he was in Feanor, and
Yeah.
I was, you know, a young dude, you know, a young teenager, watching him getting, back in 93 or whatever it was, and
Yeah.
now,
All
yeah, now,
oiled up and everything like that.
yeah. You know, it was a lot of testosterone, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man. I know you guys said that you're trying to get something going as far as a tour goes and stuff
yeah,
like that, which would be really
yeah.
cool to actually play it live and stuff. And
Mhm.
aside from that, have you guys started talking about what's the future beyond that of Feanor, or right now is it just kind of like, hey, we're just riding the waves of this new album, we're trying to
Yeah.
promote it?
That's what we're doing. I mean, of course, there's going to be a new album in the future. We haven't started to work on it yet. We are now
Mhm.
putting focus on like because we do have there are conversations with promoters in South America for a South American tour, and
Oh,
we
nice.
in discussion also for a European tour. So we will see. You know, touring costs a lot of money, so you know it needs to the calculation needs to work, you know,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
make it happen. But we're really trying to make it so.
Cool.
So yeah,
Well, I mean, congratulations on the new album and stuff. I hope you guys get to tour and everything works out. But I think it's a
thank you,
stellar album. I'm glad the reception has been very positive. You guys deserve it.
thank you.
Um, and yeah, I mean, just thank you so much for taking the time again to chat with me about all this. It was
Of
great.
course, I'm happy to do it. You know, I already know, you know, even before you approached us about doing this. I mean, I already knew your channel, of course. So yeah, it's an honor for me to be here. One thing that I would like to point out, which is pretty
Oh,
cool, with the album cover. You know,
oh yes, yes.
this is actually made by Andreas Marshall, who you know made a lot of the Blind Guardian albums and
Oh, I can see that.
album.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Wow.
So
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad you pointed that out because
mhm.
going back to us talking about going to the CD shops or record shops and looking
Yeah,
at
yeah,
covers, I always put a high value on cover art. I
yeah.
think it's very important because to me,
This,
that's how I
this,
bought albums, and
this
so that's really cool. I mean,
for
if I
me as
saw
well.
that and you see Feanor and just it's like, oh, heck,
Yeah,
this is going to be some fantasy like power metal type
yeah.
stuff. Um,
I mean,
hell,
this is the title track, Hellhammer. You can see the
yeah.
circle of witches there. They're summoning Satan there from a cauldron in the middle. They
And
haven't
Satan,
yet.
oh, Satan's got the hammer. That's why it's a
Yeah.
hellhammer.
That's the Hellhammer. He's gonna
Wow.
smash the world into pieces with it.
Wow. Yeah. That's not something that you want to wander into in the forest, which is
No,
someone
no, no, no,
insane with a
no.
hellhammer.
In this picture, they have yet to see him. You can't see it now, but he's actually, if you look at on the cover, he's standing behind a tree now, watching them. But if you're in the song, he will soon be caught in a spell. So yeah.
Jeez. Oh, I can see him actually off to your other side. He
Oh
is
yeah,
there.
yeah. Oh, there
Yeah,
he
there
is.
he
Oh,
is.
it's
Yeah, there he
inverted. It's
is.
inverted. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Oh, there he is.
Cool. Because I think it's. Let's see here. I think it's.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Here's the CD.
Oh, it's fading in and out of reality, it looks
Oh yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's magic.
It's a metaphysical yeah.
It's magic.
You just
Abracadabra.
you conjured the album, and it's just nice, fancy. Look at you, yeah. A man of many talents.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Magic is one of them.
Yeah. Awesome, man. No, killer stuff. Thank you again, and thank you, folks, for watching. And the new Feanor album, Hellhammer, is out now. If you haven't checked it out yet, do yourself a favor, go give it a listen. There it is. Yeah, there it is, right there. And in the description below, I'm going to put links for all things Feanor, their socials, their all those things, links to their most recent music videos, so you can check all that stuff out in the description. And yeah, definitely check out the album, and look forward to the future of Feanor. So thank you one last time, good sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Really
And I would like
appreciate it.
to say something to all the viewers, like stay metal, stay true, stay power metal, Rangers.
That's right. That's right. Yes, absolutely. And with that, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Ranger, out.